affirmation of love. In verse 3 and in verses 5 through 7, we read, I thank my God for your fellowship in the gospel from the first day until now, being confident of the very thing, that he who has begun a good work in you will complete it until the day of Jesus Christ. Just as it is right for me to think this of you all, because I have you in my heart, inasmuch as both in my chains and in the defense and confirmation of the gospel, you all are partakers with me of grace. As Paul expressed his love for the believers in Philippi, he remembered the long and consistent care they had provided for him. He described that care as fellowship in the gospel. And then he uses 3 points of time to sort of set all of this in context. He said, from the first day. The first day was the day Paul walked into that little village, met the woman at the water, and the little church began. He said, from the first day until now. Now he's talking about this church that had grown to maturity and had actually even flourished while Paul was in prison. And then he adds the third reference to time, from the first day until now, and in the next verse he says, until the day of Jesus Christ. Paul said that the church in Philippi had started right, it had continued right, and by the grace of God, it was going to finish right. If Jesus Christ should tarry in his coming for, let's say, another 50 years or 100 years, if we put 100 in that equation, none of us will be here. But wouldn't it be something to see this church growing and flourishing and reaching its generation in even a greater way than it is now, because it started right, it continued right, and its goal is to finish right. How many of you know that is a rare thing in our world today? I want to tell you that the affirmation of love from Paul to this church is an example for all of us. Let me finish with what we'll call the maturity of love, the ambition of love. Paul prays this prayer. He says, and this I pray, that your love may abound still more and more in kindness, in knowledge, and in all discernment, that you may approve the things that are excellent, that you may be sincere and without reproach till the day of Christ.